I'm here to talk about the quoted word signpost for informational text. Quoted words occur when you see the opinions or conclusions of someone who is an expert on the subject, or someone who might be a participant in or a witness to an event. Or the author might cite other people to provide support for a point. So there are actually three categories of quoted words: voices of authority, personal perspectives, and others' words. But no matter what category of quoted words you find, you should always ask yourself this question: why was this person quoted or cited, and what did this add? Answering this question requires you to think about what value the quote added to the text and why the author chose to include it. Let's try it by looking at this sample passage. You've probably heard the expression, "it's raining cats and dogs," but so-called animal rain is actually a real phenomenon. Rains of small fish, frogs, and even snakes have been documented throughout history, and people still aren't quite sure what causes them. One theory involves waterspouts, or tornadoes that form over the water. Professor Irving Klein from the University of Michigan says, "I've witnessed entire ponds being emptied of their water by a passing tornado. By that logic, it's not unreasonable for small creatures in those ponds to rain from the skies. No matter what the cause, one can imagine how strange it must be to experience a rainfall of creatures from the sky." In 2010, residents in a small Australian town didn't have to rely on imagination. Local resident Jacinda Carter describes the sight. "All of a sudden, what looked like hundreds of small perch fell out of the sky. Everyone was running around like mad, either trying to get out of the way or to pick them up." The first quoted word signpost I see is here. The author is quoting the professor's opinion about whether waterspouts could be responsible for the strange phenomenon. So this falls into the voices of authority category. The professor's belief that the waterspout theory is, quote, not unreasonable makes the theory seem more believable. The next one I see is this quote from someone who actually experienced one of these animal rains. This is definitely in the personal perspective category because it offers an up-close look at the actual event. It helps me imagine myself in the situation, which somehow makes the possibility of these strange animal rains seem more real. I don't see any examples of the quoted word signposts that would fall into the category of others' words. But remember, those are most often used in research papers when authors want to show that there is strength in numbers. And this passage doesn't really seem like a formal research paper. Whenever I do find the quoted word signpost in any form, I take note. And I ask myself, why was this person quoted or cited? And what did this add? Finding quoted words in text is pretty easy. What's important is to think about why a person was quoted and how it affects our thinking about the topic.